Hello and welcome to the channel. Is this secretly the world's best inverter? Well, it does have a secret. I'll reveal that shortly and you can decide. But first, let's try and give it a little bit of justice, a bit of kudos. It goes under the name of Powertech. These are an OEM inverter. They're made by any random factory in China. They just wear the Powertech badge. It measures about 110 millimeters deep by 300 millimeters long and about 200 millimeters tall. It weighs about 2.5 kilos, about the equivalent weight of 2.5 kilos of bananas. On the business end, we have two 10 amp outlets, an on-off switch, a power light and a fault light, a USB outlet, an RJ45 socket which receives the silly little remote with 5 meters of phone cable. On the power end, we have two exhaust fans. Well, I presume they're exhaust fans. I presume they exhaust rather than suck air in, but I wouldn't be surprised, but we'll find out shortly. And then we have the power connections here, the power connection pedestals. Not a big fan of this type. Copper's always exposed. They don't have any covers on them, so you can't really make them safe. What I am excited about though is this slimline battery from iTech World. Lithium Life Pro 4, 200 amp hours, 2560 watt hours, has Bluetooth, big power in a small package, measures about 500 millimeters long, 130 millimeters deep, and about 300 millimeters tall. Weighs about 25 kilos, designed to fit into tight spaces. I'll probably do a review at some point in the future on this, see if the output really is what it says. Moving right along, let's get this puppy fired up and see what it can do. Get the positive put onto that silly pedestal there. Again, we can't hide the copper, always exposed. It would cost the same amount to make something decent, but this is what comes out of China sometimes. Alright fingers, get on there, get that black cable on there, let's go, let's get this puppy fired up. Come on fingers, get moving. Alright, let's see if we can turn this on, turn this machine on and see what it can do. Okay, we're fired up. Oh, let's go. Oh, we got a fault light already. Oh, it's gone out, that's good. Okay, we've got a power light, we must be ready to go. Got this handy dandy 4-socket outlet I wired up. Not a big fan of the 10 amp power boards, they tend to melt, so made that one up. Alright, we've got the sine wave machine on there, the oscilloscope. Let's see what we're going to come up with. Oh, look at that, we've got a pure sine wave. Is it a pure sine wave? I don't know, it's got a few little ridges in there. Looks kind of stepped to me. This is supposed to be a pure sine wave inverter. Would you call that pure? I don't know, maybe 80%. I don't think that it is. It's hiding in plain sight. Alright, well, let's see what it does under load. We'll get the heat gun on there. If you're in the market for a heat gun, can't go past this one. I've had it for nearly 20 years and I've abused the heck out of it and it's still going strong. I don't remember where I got it or what brand it is, but it's certainly better than the ones you buy from Bunnings today. I just can't kill it. Just don't look at the back end of my plug there. It's not very good. It's kind of come undone a little bit. Alright, so let's see, we've got it, all these frequencies starting to pick up. The voltage dropped off there for a moment when we turned it on, but the sine wave settled back down again. And the frequencies are a little bit irregular there too at times, but now we've settled down once we've had the heat gun running for a bit. Let's see what the DC amps are on the 12 volt side, and then we can work out exactly what wattage we're outputting. I know it'll be around 1600 watts somewhere because my heat gun's a 1600 watt heat gun. Alright, 136 amps on the DC side. So if we get the handy dandy calculator out, oh no, we're going to go for the wife's one first. Alright, let's get that cranked up and see where we're at, and then we might do some calculations. Okay, back onto my heat gun, going to add in the wife's one there. Yeah, what are we going to come up with? 140 amps. Well, that's what we had before. Well, let's see what the calculator says. 136 amps by 12. Oh, 1600 watts, well that's what we'd expect, and the inverter should be able to do that because it is a 2000 watt inverter after all. Although it complains somewhat, we are running a 1600 watt heat gun successfully. Now we get the wife's big hairdryer onto it. She needs a big hairdryer because she's got big hair. Alright, let's see what we can do with that. Oh, it's tripped already. Wow, we don't know what we came up with there, but we'll have to try that again. Let's reset this machine and fire it up again and have another crack. And this time we'll see, we'll try and see better what the amps are doing, see what wattage we came up to. It should make 4000 because this inverter claims on the advertising material that it has a peak output of 4000 watts, so we should at least make both of these running at full speed because mine is not a 2000 watt heat gun. Alright, 170 amps. Must have the wife's one running on that. Let's see what that is. It should be close to 2000 watts. Well, of course I know that it is because I've already done the calculation. But yeah, for showing you, there you go, 2000 watts. That's the wife's hairdryer. So there you have, the machine is running that, no problems. The sine wave looks alright. It jumps around a little bit, but it's certainly doing it. Now let's add my heat gun to it. So we've got the wife's big one and then my middle size one. What do we get? 220 amps. I don't know what that's going to be, but it's not going to be 4000. Oh, it's tripped at 220 amps. Well, that's a bit disappointing. How long did that go? Less than 3 seconds. At that rate, it's not going to make 4000 watts. There we go. 2600 watts. That's the peak. So it can't even make 4000. It doesn't have a pure sine wave. What do I think of this inverter? For the price, $599, I think we could certainly buy better. I give this baby a big thumbs down. If you're in the planning stage of your off-grid build, one of the hardest parts is coordinating the components and reducing the risk of over-engineering or undersizing your system. I've made this super easy for you. Check out my Solar Sizer Pro at themusingmoose.com. Simply punch in your daily energy use, your peak power usage, your location, your preferred system voltage, battery type, panel wattage, and days of autonomy required. It will then help you determine the size of your solar array required, your battery bank capacities, inverter, charge controller, and fuse breaker sizings. On the next page, add the system voltage from your previous page, your expected current, which will be the breaking current of your protection, and the length of your cable runs. This will then give you your cable size required and the allowable voltage drops. If you find this useful, let me know in the comments